When I think about this, I think about how many people died because law enforcement didn't do enough
I feel
when it
like
comes to
the
this.
laws should be changed. Like it shouldn't somebody shouldn't have to go missing or be dead
And I
or
think
get
sometimes
attacked for you to do
that's
something.
literally what
Like
they do. Like they wait for things to
yeah.
happen to the
Yeah,
person before they actually start
because
doing stuff.
according okay, so today we're gonna be reacting to slash talking about Willow Smith's recent cyber stalker incident, which it doesn't really surprise me that this happened. I am glad that they took the safety precautions though.
Yeah.
Like
What do you
that's what.
mean? Like what they
Well,
do?
in the video, she said that they went through the entire house and they threw out everything,
Oh
especially the
yeah, I seen that
food,
little small clip, the little
because they
snippet
were
of it.
worried they
Yeah.
might have poisoned it, which is smart. Like I said, if something like that happens, I would be throwing out everything too.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Like you can't even be in your own home without
See, this
crazy
is why
people.
at this point, like, you guys can see, the inside of our room now, but the second we move, I'm sorry, green screen. Like, nobody's gonna
Yeah.
know. I'm not taking a picture of the outside or anything. Like, no.
I don't know if we're gonna react to the whole video because it's like 23 minutes long. So we'll react to it until we ready to stop. Just a little bit. Okay.
We are coming to the table with an important warning. Cyber stalking has hit home for my family.
He actually came to my house and broke in while we were away. He was a pedophile.
That was scary. My niece Jade is being tormented.
She was just basically threatening me, stalking me for the past 8+ years.
Since COVID, this alarming issue has risen over 700%.
The amount of information that can be used to target somebody is overwhelming.
I got a random message saying, I've got naked pictures of you.
They sent extremely dangerous people to my home to do unspeakable harm to my family.
Wow.
The first thing and most important thing you can do is...
You just cracked the case wide open for my mind.
We are sharing a frightening incident that's recently happened in our family. You had a situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Cyber stalking turned into real life.
Stalking.
Yeah. I'm used to people saying things online. I'm used to having thousands and thousands of people with not very good things to say. I've been cyberbullied for my whole life.
Right.
Cyber stalking is a little bit more insidious and scary because it's like checking the geotags on your photos. And they're like, where do they go for their Christmas vacations? Where do they go with their family when they're over here? They're watching all of your social media accounts to see what your movements are. And this guy was doing that to me. And he was doing that to me for a couple years, actually.
I just want to say, okay, on they're stalking your every move on social media. One safe way to get around that is like when you go out of town, like for vacation or for work, or like you leave your house in general. If you're one of those people that like to post about it, never post while it's happening. You never post in real time. Because that's how they track you so easily. If you posted if like we went out of town, I will wait a week, maybe 2, and then I will post it. I would not still be
I
in
think
that
that's a
same
good
state.
idea. I think I've saw plenty of YouTubers
Yeah.
that start doing this trend where, when you're in social media, well, for me, like I don't have Instagram, I don't have Snapchat. Only thing that I do have is Facebook. But I don't just automatically post my
Yeah.
pictures the minute I
Yeah,
take
no.
them. Because sometimes, to
No,
be
it
honest,
takes-
I don't like the picture. When I first take it, I'll be like, nah, but
Yeah.
I end up keeping it. And then maybe like a week or 2 weeks later, I'm like, I actually do like this picture. And then I post it. But that's like a normal, natural
I
thing
don't
for
like
me.
to post
But
it right then
if
and
we
there.
got famous
Yeah.
and we started traveling, I would definitely do what you said.
Yeah. I would wait.
But I think
we would
it's
not still
more-
be there when I posted it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Like,
But I
no.
think it's more than just that. I think that no matter, like, I think that anybody can try to get you regardless. Because
Yeah.
people like Willow, like, she goes places.
Yeah.
And
You usually
a lot of people know. Yeah, a lot of people know where she's going and what time.
They
and
air
if she
it when
has
she has interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's aired live, so you can't
Yeah.
really post
so
it
some
later.
certain, the thing is that certain things you can't just
In that case, I would say make sure you have top-notch security. Like, Have security.
It's scary.
Know how to use weapons. Like I said, look up the laws in your state on concealing and carrying.
Yeah.
And just make sure you're safe. There are safety precautions that we can all take. And like I said, we are going to discuss this in another video, and we'll go into full detail because.
But I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah,
but you can't always. That will always
if you
save
can do that, please do that. It'll help.
During December, when we were gone for family vacation, he actually came to my house and broke in while we were away.
Yeah.
Crazy times, crazy
on
stuff.
Posting up, waiting for you to come home.
Yeah.
We found a little camp behind the house.
Thank God I wasn't there.
But yeah, she looks freaked out, and I would be too, because this is my safe space, my sanctuary. Somebody who is not welcome breaking in.
I would never.
I would be ready to throw the whole house away at this point. I would not stay in this house anymore.
I would.
I'd be like, okay, you know what? Excuse me, realtor. I need you to find me another house.
The security that I would have
Within
but
a
that's
week.
the thing. Like, just because you move, it doesn't always mean that they won't be able to find you, because these people have some technologies out the ass.
No, at this point, it just makes you not want to have a phone.
Yeah.
Like, cause y'all be.
Yeah, it makes you not want to be
hackers or
connected to
something
social media at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, like with us, because we're not famous or anything like that, I feel like it's a catch-22. Like, I think it really does not really matter. You can try to put all the precautions in and make sure that you follow the rules, but people can always still get through it, and it's a scary thing.
You just gotta be like 10 steps ahead. That's what I feel like.
At this point, I just wouldn't ever want to be famous.
It's either leave or stay. There's no in between.
We went in and
shored everything up.
we shored it up. We got you loaded and protected once they got all the evidence that they needed from inside. We had to take all the stuff out the refrigerator because we were afraid maybe he put something in the drinks or in her food to knock her out, or, you know, like we had to go through everything, toothpaste, everything in the house had to go.
Now, see, I wouldn't have thought about toothpaste.
Oh, yeah, no, we went, we did. We went in events. We did all, like, because we didn't know if he put cameras up. Like, we didn't, we had to, like, really, like, strip the whole house down. We shored her up strongly. Did you find the police to be helpful in this, or?
I mean,
from a mother's point of view, I'd say yes, because they caught him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
They were on it. Now, I'm not happy with the laws. I'm hoping at some point laws can be strengthened in regards to cyberstalking.
Yeah.
technology is advancing very, very fast, faster than law enforcement can keep up.
Yeah. The stuff that people can get away with and not have any consequences is crazy.
100%.
Yep. My niece Jade is being tormented by a cyber stalker. As an influencer, Jade makes a living by having a strong presence on social media. Jade says for years someone has been making her life miserable, tracking her every move online, harassing her constantly, tagging her friends, boyfriend, and exes, making upwards of 50 comments per day. As soon as Jade blocks her, a new account appears. This weaponization of social media has devastated her, and she doesn't know how to make it stop.
This is serious.
It's serious business out there for everybody.
Yeah, so they started to tag my ex-boyfriend and my current boyfriend on all my pictures, all my family's pictures, my business-related, all my partnerships that I have with brands, going to different people's pages and just tagging, saying the most hurtful things. My boyfriend at the time, he plays football, and they started tagging his teammates on his page and all his stuff. And
just saying stuff like what?
Basically just wishing that my mom would have swallowed me instead of having me, saying that, like, you know, like
Really hurtful things.
yeah, degrading things like, oh, you're a hoe, you're passed around, you're a liar, just trying to destroy me.
We have some of the messages sent to you. You've been passed around from locker room to locker room, dumb, groupie hoe.
Oh, okay.
You need to get ran through by athletes to take care of you when your parents not doing it. The biggest hoe in the city.
And this is every single day. I kind of had an idea of who it could be, because I only had like 2 friends when I was young, and my grandpa Robso, he passed away when I was in high school. They're making so many fake accounts using his name, saying Robso's rolling over in his grave, Robso is disappointed in you, like.
And just so you guys know, Robso's my father.
Right.
Willow's granddad, Gammy's ex.
So they knew him, and nobody else knew him.
Right.
So hurtful.
And scary, because like my dead grandfather.
Who would know who my grandpa is?
Yeah.
So then my family hired a private investigator.
Wow.
Once they found out who it was, I was like, wow. It was a girl that I was best friends with growing up. She was always in competition, had to be the best. All the boys had to like her.
I remember her.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know her. I remember her.
As we got older, I kind of just realized she wasn't a good person. She moved away, and I kind of just forgot about her.
Yeah, you guys just
Exactly.
drifted apart, which happens.
Right.
Well,
In
little did I
relationships.
know she was stalking me and my family, all my friends' profiles for the past 8+ years.
How do you feel about that? Imagine if you had an ex-friend that would do stuff like that. That's insane.
But I have a lot of ex-friends like that, and none of them have stalked my. Well, they might stalk my page and just not comment. But anyways,
Right.
none of them have like actively jumped in my inboxes and like just attacked me like
Yeah, but
that.
you gotta
Like,
keep in mind that this girl is an influencer, so a lot of people know of her. So I think that the person is probably jealous
just
of what
super-
she
Yeah,
has.
that's terrible. That you, I hate it. It is disgusting when men do it, but it is even more horrific when another
It's the jealousy.
woman does it. Like
People will do
what
the
is
craziest
wrong
stuff when
with
they
y'all?
jealous.
Yeah,
And that's insane.
I just hope she keeps going and she's like, okay, you're not gonna stop me. Like I'm gonna keep climbing new heights. I really hope she just keeps doing what she loves and
Yeah.
keeps striving, because that is
Crazy.
How many fake accounts do you think that she had?
Oh, now 500 plus. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous. When I would block an account, she would come back literally 5 minutes and make another account saying, oh, I can do this all day. And I'm just
my
like,
God.
it just got worse. And the more I ignored her, the worse it got.
So when did it get heightened?
Once the pandemic started, it was like it was just too much time for someone. And she just, I think, exploded and couldn't contain her emotions.
okay.
What?
I'm trying. Okay, I'm gonna be nice. Anyways, for the girl who was doing this to her, you wasn't using your brain, honey.
They was able to
Because
track you.
that takes a lot of energy.
That
and
really does.
time
What the
to
hell?
be constantly knocking somebody else down.
To
when
be
you could
making all those accounts.
Yeah, you could be in your own business, grinding for
can't.
yourself and thriving for yourself, but instead you try to knock somebody else down.
The
That's
jealousy
stupid.
is just
Like,
overwhelming. Like, what? You
you
did
should be
that?
trying to get your back together, not trying to ruin hers.
I
Like,
think
that don't even
that's.
make sense.
I think that maybe this person isn't as pretty as she is.
I don't know what it is, but the point is, if you would have spent,
Because, you know,
if
people
she
that
had
don't
spent
consider
that time
themselves
on
pretty,
herself,
I feel like they would consider her to be, like, very, very attractive. So they'd be like, well, dang, if she's considered very attractive, then I must look like a rat. So then she thinks I can never get to the
Well,
level of
that's
success
her
that she
fault.
has.
That's
No,
her fault.
I'm just saying, people,
Yeah, I know.
these probably would, I've seen a lot of videos where the people come
understand.
out and they talk
Yeah.
about why they did what they did.
I
And they say
understand the
jealousy
mindset, but
and-
you feeling ugly is not an excuse to go knock somebody
That's
else down.
insane. That's a lot of work.
I have the people, I know there are plenty of people who are like us out there. We don't always feel the prettiest, but we don't go around knocking other people down just because we feel bad. That is I just can't.
It's crazy.
It's just no.
And her feelings, I think she was making things up in her head that I did these things to her just because I didn't want to be her friend anymore. I found out that she moved out here, back out into Cali after 8+ years of not being here. And now she's 15 minutes down the road. And I'm like, wait, what?
No.
And then she reached out to me and she was just basically threatening me.
Have you confronted her yet?
I have. I've confronted her and I let her know I knew who it was.
Did she deny it?
She admitted it. I was just like, let's sit down. She didn't want to sit down. She didn't want to talk.
No.
I know exactly what she's about to say. I know exactly what she's about to say.
You don't do that. I would not want to sit down with that bitch. I would not want to do nothing.
Girl, she's
no.
The hatred she has for you in her heart is too strong. She is the type to kill you. Don't do that.
You know what that made me think of? Selena.
Oh yeah.
When she hired that chick and then she told her to come to the hotel and then she shot her.
And Yolanda Saldivar,
yes.
Is her name? Yeah.
Whatever the hell
she
her
is
last
that
name
type
is.
of woman. Do not set yourself
no,
up.
Don't do that. Don't
cut
ever
her
do that.
off. Stay away from her. I would say move somewhere else, so far away from her too.
I would not want to sit down and talk to her.
I set up cameras.
You can't trust people
in and outside of your house. Set up cameras in and outside of your car, girl.
Hell no.
She needs to be.
I would not be
3
trying to
states
talk
away.
to her
Something.
at all.
I know.
I'll be pressing charges, making sure she get time. And that's as far as that conversation
You
will
cannot
go.
trust your life with her. Never sit down. I don't care if it's in a public place, because people can bring weapons to a public place. No, don't do it.
I ain't doing no.
Don't become the next hashtag.
Don't do that, please.
Desperate to just end it.
It's really difficult when your social media is the main source of like how you get your brand deals, your income, your career.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this girl is just trying to completely sabotage everything. And it's still happening to me. I'm still
Even after confronting her, it's still going on.
Even after confronting her, I found out that she worked with kids. And I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You work with kids and you're doing this to me every single day.
Did you ever go to the police?
I tried to get a restraining order, and it was just devastating to hear that there was absolutely nothing I could do. It was just so much that was wearing down on me, taking a toll on your mental, your heart.
How did you stay out of the space of just wanting to get revenge? Like, you just want to go and, like, throw a brick through their window or something. You know, no, seriously.
Yeah, I was about to pull up. I'm like, this is not right. I have to do something. Like, I can't just sit here and just be okay with this. Yeah. And that's why I just want to stress the importance of seek help, talk about it. Like, you're not alone.
Exactly.
So, Flynn Adams, daughter of legendary actress Jane Seymour, has been traumatized by cyber stalkers who exposed her home address online, which led to dangerous strangers showing up at her door. Now she's devoted her life to stopping it from happening to anyone else. Wow. Hi, Flynn. Welcome.
Yeah, so in my situation, I made a very critical mistake that I think a lot of people can relate to, which is not accounting for how quickly unmanaged abuse incidents like the ones that you're experiencing can escalate into very, very real threats of violence. Yeah. I was working as a very high-ranking executive at a large technology company. There were 2 people in particular. They were in my universe enough to where they knew enough about me to make the attack dangerous. And they went right into creating fake accounts pretending to be me, my husband, other family members, even our businesses.
Wow.
One day they went so far as to post our home address as a place where they advertised, sorry, it's hard to get through.
Yeah.
They impersonated me and my family in such a way that they suggested that my home was a place to go to facilitate certain fantasies.
Okay.
No.
Got it. Okay. Got it.
They sent extremely dangerous people to my home to do unspeakable harm to me and to my family. So, I mean, I can absolutely relate to the fear.
Yeah.
When you are woken up to this reality of, oh my gosh, somebody I don't know has intentionally weaponized a piece of technology to do harm to me. It wasn't something that I had actually considered before that happened. I had direct contact to security heads, to legal heads at these platforms where this was happening, to very high-ranking members of law enforcement, federally and locally, and very little was done.
Wow.
And to this day, my situation has not been resolved, not in a meaningful way. What really scared me the most and sort of, stopped the current trajectory of my life was this fear that, what are you supposed to do to actionably protect yourself?
Right. Did you find out who the perpetrator was?
I did.
And were you able to stop it?
No. It's complicated because of the way that law and technology haven't quite caught up with each other yet. Yeah. It's a feedback loop. You go to law enforcement tells you to go to the platform tells you to go back over here.
Vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't understand.
When I think about this, I think about how many people died because law enforcement didn't do enough.
I feel
when it
like
comes to
the
this.
laws should be changed. Like somebody shouldn't have to go missing or be dead.
And
or
I
get
think sometimes
attacked for you to do something.
That's literally what they do. Like, they wait for things to
Yeah.
happen to the
Yeah,
person
because
before they actually start doing
according
something.
to the law, their hands are tied. They can't do anything unless you've been physically harmed or killed.
You know what? This brings me back to a story of this video that I was watching on YouTube. This girl was dating this guy. She broke up with him because, it wasn't working out. And I guess he became jealous and enraged that she moved on. So then she came up missing, and come to find out he kidnapped her and killed her. The whole time she was trying to turn him in, telling them that, hey, my ex-boyfriend is stalking me. He won't leave me alone. I need help. She called every day to get somebody to, help her. And they didn't help her. They just told her, well, I mean, if he doesn't touch you or he doesn't do this, then there's really nothing that we can do. And he literally kidnapped her and then killed her. And it's like, but this whole time, y'all could have prevented this from happening.
The warning signs.
And y'all did nothing. Like, that's insane that so many women, even men, so many people get killed because the law enforcement aren't doing enough. They say, well, they got to actually be physically harming you in order for them to do anything. And even then, they can get out.
It's too late at that point. Something needs to be done before. Honestly, we need cameras everywhere. We do. Everywhere. I mean,
everywhere.
You shouldn't be able to walk down the street.
Right.
Without somebody seeing. You shouldn't be able to walk down an alley with somebody seeing, everywhere. Lights, camera, everywhere.
that's the future.
This is really bad that all this is
it's scary and whew. Right. Sometimes I think my lucky stars that, I'm not famous because I don't think I can deal with something. Like I said, I don't have an Instagram because it's just, it's too much for me. I don't like Instagram like that, but I do have a Facebook. But like we talked about already, if we ever take a picture, we don't ever post it on the same exact day.
No.
No. And I'm not really a person that posts pictures often.
Yeah, no. I usually share a lot of stuff.
Me too.
But I don't normally post
and
pics,
if I'm in a place, I don't ever tag the place that I'm in at that specific time.
I never tag the place. No.
And my phone is off, so I don't usually take this phone with me.
Yeah.
I keep it home because it does not work. But I mean, sometimes if people want to get to you, they can get to you, and it don't matter what they do. But if the law enforcement aren't, they need to come up with a better rule and a better law for people to be taken good care of. And a lot of people want to be getting killed out here because of this, because they don't have nothing else to do. Like, I saw and heard so many stories of women getting followed home and this and that.
I feel like it's now that we have cameras, it's more out there. We know about it.
Yeah,
but imagine if we didn't.
But this woman had a camera in her backyard, and a stalker was in her backyard.
Yeah, I know. The cameras don't matter. You, like I said, we need to be able to protect ourselves.
She tried to turn it. She turned it into them, and they said there was nothing that they could do. This man was in the back of her yard, staring at her through her house, and they're telling her, I don't know, but I don't remember whether or not she had curtains, but that's not even relevant.
See, this is why.
But I mean, obviously we got curtains.
Right.
We don't play that. We keep curtains up. But I mean, not a lot of people do. Not a lot of people sometimes she too scared to go downstairs.
Sometimes.
Every night.
Every night they be asking me to do stuff. I be thinking in my head.
She don't like going downstairs at night. She don't like going to our kitchen at night. That's pretty much all we gotta say. I feel so sad for her and a lot of women like her and a lot of people.
And that she wasn't harmed. That's the bright
side.
Because
the fact that he was in her house, that's just crazy.
I feel what if he waited until he knew they were gone? And was maybe trying to...
Well, she said it happened when she was out of town.
Yeah, so. I feel because if they're cyber stalking you, then they would probably... There's no way they would know whether or not you're home.
Yeah, that's
true. So I feel he probably did wait until he knew she wasn't there and probably was going to come back. So I'm glad
that's the first step. They inside your house. That's a dead giveaway right there.
I'm glad she took the necessary precautions and all that good stuff.
And Jada said they arrested him, so that's great. I hope he don't get a slap on the wrist.
Again, throw the whole house away. Throw everything.
I would not even feel safe.
And the whole house away. No, I'm not going
I would
back.
not even feel safe.
I would be living with somebody else. Listen, so somebody broke into my house, so you're stuck with me now. We're living together.
But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching
Brown Skin Sisters.
Be sure to subscribe, share, like, and comment. And I will leave a link to the full video down in the description box. So be sure to check that out if you have not seen the full video. Other than that, we'll see you guys in our next video.
Be
Bye.
safe.